Grant Harrison, sitting here with Marissa McGowan from L'Oréal. Welcome to the live stream.
Thank you so much.
So give us a snapshot of L'Oréal's circular journey, and importantly, what kind of metrics you are using to measure your progress.
So I think sometimes it's nice just to level set. In terms of circularity, we take a step back and we say, we want to move from that linear take, make, waste economy to one that is circular. And what do we mean by that? We want to reduce our impact. We want to reuse materials. We want to keep materials in use for the longest possible time. And we want to make sure that end of life is a successful closed loop. So what are we doing around that? We have simple plastic commitments, less plastic, no plastic, better plastic, meaning PCR. So that's our inputs from a packaging perspective. We have the same thing on our formulations. So we want to use more materials and ingredients that regenerate, that are bio-based, that are abundant, and that come from circular processes. When I think about the circular economy, though, there's the product piece of it, and then there's the systems piece of it. And a lot of the work we're doing here in North America, we're trying to use legislation as a tailwind. So everything that's happening around extended producer responsibility, which I'm happy to talk more about, we're trying to use that to help inform not just how we prepare products to be received into systems, but the systems themselves. So we have a partnership with TRP's Small Town Access Fund, try to increase municipal recycling for towns that don't have access today, including education. We're working on increasing capacity for state and municipal recycling centers through EPR and our involvement with those states that are active in that, and also make sure that we're always advocating for the best and most responsible EPR policies.
And talk more about the, you said legislative tailwinds. This is also not just in the circular economy sphere, but sustainability in general. The regulatory space is developing. There's more of a compliance, I won't call it a burden, ask to meet. How do you leverage that to be a competitive advantage or to inform your strategy?
So, well, first of all, if we go back to the plastic side of things, I think we already do have a competitive advantage and will continue to, because we started on this journey of circular economy and better materials and better ingredients so long ago, and it's built into the way we design and produce. That said, I think on the overall tailwind side, I would be lying if I said right now that it's not hard on teams to adapt to shifting and standardizing reporting requirements. I do want to say something controversial, though, and I apologize to all of my colleagues who are in the middle of this, but I do think, and I have to give credit to one of my colleagues who said this to me, that we're at the dip of a curve right now. It has been so burdensome to retrofit systems and data and information into reporting frameworks that were not necessarily mapped to the way we grew up as companies and the way our systems were set up. But we are going to be sitting on the best data we've ever had, coupled with some of the most advanced technology we've ever had access to. And I think we don't even know what's possible yet when we marry those two things. So it's really hard right now, but it's possible that we're going to actually come out and see maybe the ability to leapfrog things, because whether it's hot spotting impact areas or just having line of sight into things we didn't have line of sight into, I think there's a new day coming.
Nice. All right. That's a really helpful take. I like it.
Sorry to all my colleagues who are suffering through reporting right now.
Nice. I have to add that sorry on there. Your strategy, we talked a little bit about legislation, tailwinds. What about consumer sentiment or consumer behavior that's reflecting back to you, kind of validating your investment in particularly your refillable products? What are you seeing that's informing that?
So I think the consumer, we have to be, this is an interesting one for me. We definitely have the studies that tell us that consumers care about packaging. They want to reduce their plastics footprint. We also know that it's hard to add a new step into a routine, and behavior change is so hard. And when people ask me what keeps you up at night, it's behavior change. So having the ability to talk to the consumer in a way that's meaningful to them, but isn't greenwashing. So saying something is potentially less plastic or recyclable when the recycling systems aren't up to snuff, it can be seen as, potentially greenwashing. So we really steer away from that. So how do we activate that consumer and answer their need and make something that's beautiful for them, that's less plastic? I think the best way for refills right now, it's a great value proposition.
Yeah, I love it.
Meaning literally a value proposition.
Yes, yeah. I love it. Well, Marissa, thank you for taking a couple of minutes out of your busy Green Biz 25 schedule to talk with the live stream. You've just heard from Marissa McGowan from L'Oreal. Thank you again.
Thank you.